So I got invited to film a commercial tomorrow for this local convention that I will be guesting at. And unfortunately, one of my outfits still hasn't arrived, so I got this crazy idea of building Zoey from Huntrix K-pop Demon Hunters in less than 24 hours. So here I am at my local fabric shop to find some fabrics and see if I can pull this off. I immediately found the gold sequin trims as well as the black sequin fabric, so that was perfect. So after getting the fabric, now I have to look for the embellishments. So Zoey has a couple of little gold chains and little like ribbons and all that kind of stuff around the skirt and on part of the outfit. So let's get that next. Although these serve for a different purpose, I thought they were perfect accessories for the sides of Zoey's belt. Okay, so now that we've got the beads and the fabric, I still need to look for the boots. If I can't find any, then I kind of have something that works, so fingers crossed that we still find something anyway, because the more accurate, the better. And literally the first store that I walked into had something that worked. Okay, so we got the boots. They were surprisingly $10. They were on sale. My eyes tricked me and they were not white, they were actually beige, but it's fine. For $10, I can just paint them white and gold. The most important part is that the style is what works the best compared to what I had at home, so it's fine. We'll make it.
A few moments later.
So I'm basically adding all this unnecessary stress that I'm beginning to tremble because I am running out of time.
12 seconds later.
So now I'm at Michael's to look for a few more supplies because it's almost 6 p.m. So hopefully I can pull this off. I'm trying to find some leather paint. Hopefully they still have the one I'm looking for. If not, we'll make it work. Got some fabric for underneath. Jack in the Box for a little big meal because I'm starving and I haven't eaten. And yes, I'm eating breakfast for dinner. On that note, what are your thoughts about breakfast at any time of the day? Let me know in the comments. So now we're at Walmart to find some more things like zippers and other fabric stuff because Michael's didn't have it and we no longer have a Joann's. So we are. Zippers required. The last stop of the day, storage unit, so I can get some fabric that I have in white for the skirt. And then that's it. Time to go home and get started. Hopefully I can do this.
Eventually.
So this is everything. It was about $90, not including what I already had. So I also found these files online, which are the accessories for Zoey's shoulder pads. So while this is printing, I am going to get started on the actual outfit. So I begin by tracing some patterns that I found online onto my fabric. I do intend to modify these as they were a little bit different than what I actually needed, but for time's sake, instead of making my own patterns, I just decided to go with this anyway. And since I am using some stretchy neoprene fabric, I do not need to make a lining for the skirt. And if you have double-sided fabric, then make sure to always flip your patterns if necessary so that you have the right sides facing each other when you have to sew it. Otherwise, you will have two identical pieces, like two lefts or two rights instead of one of each. And once I'm done tracing all my patterns, I do cut out every piece individually. And once that's done, I place all right sides facing each other and I clip them together in place to take straight to my sewing machine.
12 o'clock midnight.
And for the shirt, I repeat the same exact process with a pattern that I also found and modified to my liking. So I have to do this twice. The first one will be for this black sequin fabric, which is the outside of the shirt, and then we will also repeat it for the lining, which will make the inside of the shirt more comfortable. Sequin fabric tends to be very see-through as well as very scratchy, so it's important to line your fabric, that way it doesn't irritate your skin. And just like before, we cut out all the pieces and pin them together as well as taking it to the sewing machine. It's 3 a.m. and I'm almost done. The shirt just needs all the gold details and the skirt is done. I just need to do all the accessories for like the little belt, which should be pretty fast. But I'm getting really tired and I have a migraine, so I might just stop soon and wake up earlier and try to get it done.
Tomorrow.
Alright, so it's 9 a.m. I got some sleep in and it's time to keep moving because time's almost up. So last night I left off on this belt, which was just a rectangle that I cut off camera, cut it, sew it, flip it inside out. It's pretty much it. I just need a top stitch both sides because I didn't like that it stayed kind of puffy. So I finished the skirt and then that'll be done because all I need to do is add the like chains that go hanging to the belt. And then I did make the shirt. I added the neck piece last night, and then I did freehand and cut this little piece last night off camera. So I still need to stitch that into place, and I need to add a zipper in the back because it got more difficult to put my head through the neck hole with this thing on. So I'll do that first and then start adding all the gold detailing that goes on this. Once that's done, then I just need to make the shoulder pads and paint the boots gold, I think. So let's start because I'm wasting time. I finished the belt by doing a top stitch, and then we continued on with hemming the bottom of the shirt. Once that was done, I added the gold vinyl on the neck and then the chest piece by top stitching everything in place. And then I repeated the process on the bottom. I also kept a lot of reference photos nearby so that I could make sure that I was doing the details correctly. Once everything was pinned in place, I took it to the sewing machine and did a top stitch all the way around. This is what we have so far. Basically pinning this onto my shirt while I'm wearing it so that it has the proper curve. Okay, time to hand stitch these in place because that'll be a little hard with the sewing machine. So it's 1:20 and I'm still hand sewing all the gold sequins that go along the sleeves, but after that the shirt is done. And then I still need to make the shoulder pads and paint the boots gold. So I might go over my deadline of 2 p.m, but let's keep going and see how long it takes me to finish. So it's like 4 something. I already passed the 24 hours unfortunately, but I'm still at it. The outfit is done except the shoulder pads, and I have to be there in about an hour, so I'm running all over the place trying to get this done, so stay tuned.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
So here we are on set. As a quick bonus, I made Zoey's sweater. And realistically, I think I would have finished in less than 24 hours if I hadn't slept. It ended up taking me about 28 hours in total, including my sleeping time. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video.